Hello, lovely friends and companions, all the fans in the Doctor Who fandom. This is your host, Animatic Joker. Welcome back to the TARDIS, where paradoxes are normal, timelines are optional, and everyone gets emotional over a blue box. Today, we are driving into the companions who shares the screen and the heartbreak with the 14th Doctor, David Tennant. A face we knew, but a soul rediscovering itself. And these are the echoes in time. Donna Noble, Wilfred Mott, Shirley Anne Bingham, and Rose Noble. Together, they help us explore three questions we discussed in his live stream. One, who truly remembers the Doctor? Two, what happens when the past refuses to stay buried? And three, what do these companions reveal about the 14th Doctor himself? And so, in the past, I already discussed Donna Noble and Wilfred Mott. That was in the context of the 10th Doctor, also David Tennant. But in the context of the 14th Doctor, there are some differences. Donna Noble from the 10th Doctor era is another Donna Noble, the 14th Doctor. But we will discuss this during this live stream. So, let's go then. Answer these questions. So, Donna Noble, the 10th from Chiswick to Timeless Hero. Then from Chiswick in the context of the 10th Doctor companion. So then Donna with the 10th Doctor was sarcastic, loud, grounded, and the anti-companion turned best companion ever. She didn't fall in love with the Doctor, she challenged him in the 10th Doctor era. The third thing, her story ended tragically in Joy's end. She had to forget everything to survive. That's interesting to note because for the context, that she had to forget everything to survive in Joy's end. And the fourth thing is that think of her as a Catherine Tate version of a Greek tragedy. By the way, there's a music reference, Back to Black, from the singer Amy Winehouse. She isn't with us anymore. Back to Black from Amy Winehouse. This because nothing hits like knowing you've lost the best part of yourself. So when we dive into this song, actually, then you'll see some lyrics. That is, lyric excerpt is we only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back to black. So the meaning of this song is actually this song delves into the depths of heartbreak and despair following a tumultuous breakup. So that is really fitting in this whole context about the 10th Doctor and Donna Noble. Donna Noble must forget everything in order to survive. We will see later on that there's another thing that's happening. So, Amy Winehouse expresses the pain of being left for another with black, symbolizing a return to depression and sorrow. The track is a raw portrayal of vulnerability and emotional turmoil, and that's all things in Doctor Who. And so, in the 14th Doctor era, we see some things wrapping. So, back to the Donna Noble version. So then Donna with the 10th Doctor. Now we discuss the now Donna with the 14th Doctor. So she's older, wiser, still no filter, but now she's a mother of Rose Noble. Why is she called Rose? Because of the companion Rose. A second thing is her sarcasm remains, but there's a softer core. Protectiveness, especially over Rose. And a third thing is that when memories return in the 14th Doctor era, it's not trauma, it's healing. She embraces her past self and reintegrates it. So she now remembers everything. And that is really important. In the 10th Doctor, she must forget everything. And by the 14th Doctor era, she remembers everything. So the differences, in a nutshell, then versus now. In what with not Donna Noble, the aspect of role, she's a challenge to the Doctor's ego, and in the role in the 14th Doctor era is that she's an emotional anchor for the Doctor. The emotional arc in the 10th Doctor era, she ends in memory erasure, and in the 14th Doctor era ends in restoration and redemption. The aspect of humor style in 10th Doctor era, she was defensive wit, and in 14th Doctor era, she's warm wit and plus maternal sass. And the fourth thing is trust in self. Is in 10th Doctor era, she doubts in her worth, and in 14th Doctor era, she is confident in her identity. So you see a very good development. She's progressing, actually. And we see in the 14th Doctor era, by the way, that the Doctor looks, that the Donna Noble looks like the Doctor because she has donated a great sum of money. So there's something inside her, thing that she wants to give, that she wants to make things better, and then she, in the deep, in her deep self, that is motivation to give her money away because of some things the Doctor possesses to do good things. To make the heal things, Doctor heal things. Yeah. So you see that there's a big differences. So this is why the reason I do this live stream for the Doctor, because yeah, Donna Noble was a totally on a person than the Donna Noble in the 10th Doctor era. So it is very important to talk about her in that context because we see that we see some things in that indeed some redemption and some things that needs to settle to must be solved. So the character analysis of Donna represents power of memory, the healing is second chances, and the idea that heroism doesn't fade, it just fades. So there's a music reference, of course. I have the song Unwritten from Natasha Bedingfield. Because her story wasn't over, it was just paused. So, and that's also reason, that's also the case with the Doctor's story continues. Even when it's not on screen, the Doctor's story continues in the hearts of the many fans. And you can choose your context, choose your canon. You can choose your favorite incarnation, your favorite villain, your favorite era, your favorite story, your favorite episode, etc., etc. Doctor Who is progressing. Doctor Who is always and forever and eternity. And it's my favorite sci-fi series. Yes. That's it. Yes, that's it. That's it. Yeah. So if we dive into the lyrics of the song of unwritten from Natasha Bedingfield, you see following lyrics. Sure, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. So meaning and reading serves as an anthem of self-empowerment and embracing the unknown. It encourages listeners to take control of their own narratives, highlighting the importance of personal growth and limitless possibilities that lie ahead. So, self-empowerment and embracing the unknown. That's the Doctor. Yes, that's the Doctor. And also, it encourages us to take control of our own narratives. highlighting the importance of personal growth and the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. So that is the Doctor, limitless, and sees limitless possibilities for the Doctor. Okay, next. Wilfred Mott, the grandfather the universe deserves. He is sweet, loyal, teary-eyed at the sight of stars, and still willing to wield a rifle if aliens invade. His love for Donna is boundless. He believes in the Doctor more than the Doctor does. When he reappears in the giggle, it's a quiet miracle. His hug says more than words ever could. Yes, sometimes you don't have to say any word. Just hug, just hug, and cuddle and kiss. Show your love through action. Yes, Wilfred Mott is still passionate about the Doctor. And still a warm place in his heart. And although we don't see much of him, and we still feel the love the Doctor has for Will, and Will has for the Doctor. And and that's why I want to mention him again. Although he is not so, you can not see him on screen, but it's very important. In 10th Doctor, he had in the last specials of the 10th Doctor, Will had an important place as a companion of the Doctor, and so we see the continuation in the 14th Doctor. So his personality is still kind, spiritual, romantic about space. Hello, emotive or emotive official. This is not a podcast. This is actually a live stream. And you are free to ask questions and to participate in this live stream. Actually, you are very welcome in this live stream. So, no, it's not a podcast, but it's a live stream. So, hello. You can comment, you can ask questions, and so forth and so forth. It's very important because it is good to have interaction and feedback, and so to keep the live stream going. It's good to have some things you can yeah mention some things. Uh, so very welcome, emotive official. Um, so okay. So his love for Donna is boundless. He believes in the Doctor more than the Doctor does. And that's very important. We see that in the 10th Doctor era and also in the 14th Doctor. He is a person who makes the Doctor better. And it is very strong to note that he believes the Doctor more than the Doctor himself does. That is very important. So everyone wants to have such a granddad. Actually, yeah. Third thing is that when he reappears in the giggle, it's a quiet miracle. His hug says more than words ever could. Um, so again, um, Wilf is someone who sees the good in everyone, even in Time Lords with PTSD. Um, the correct analysis is that Wilf is the emotional conscience of the story, and he represents memory, love, and the love part of loyalty. So, and Wilf is also the only person the Doctor would willingly die for again. And I have a beauty preference, of course, the scientist play, because Wilf reminds us nobody said it was easy. By the way, bonus is that Bernard Cribbins passed away shortly after filming. Rest in peace. These scenes are a gift. So they were. I'm very grateful that that Bernard Cribbins was invited for the role for Will, because yeah, it was less opportunity. And yeah, it was a very nice film. But the lyrics of the scientist will play. Um, a lyric excerpt is that nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. So the meaning of this song is this ballad reflects on the complexities of love and the longing to undo past mistakes. The narrator likens to a scientist seeks to analyze and understand the breakdown of a relationship, yearning for a chance to start over. So you can link this so to this story in the universe in some stories, by the way. Complexities of love and the longing to past mistakes. And sometimes you see that in Doctor Who, that the Doctor wants to undo past mistakes. Sometimes it is successful. Sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. And you see sometimes that the Doctor wants to analyze and understand and, and break down a relationship, but sometimes he doesn't. Yes, it's also a person, not a god. So next thing is that we go to Shirley Anne Bingham, calm in the chaos. Um, she is a unit scientific advisor, accessible, competent, no nonsense. She's unfazed by existential horrors involving younger, and someone can give her a raise. She's not a TARDIS traveler, but she's a Doctor's eagle in logic. So it's very important to note it in some way, some representation of unit because in these specials of the 14th Doctor, there's some important role of units, and I think it's a good thing to mention Shirley Anne Bingham because of the quality of the Doctor in logic. Um, Her personality is analytical, pragmatic, and quietly humorous. And she you must think of her with Michael Jones with a PhD and less fun. So character analysis surely represents the modern companion archetype, grounded in reality, emotionally intelligent. She's proved that the Doctor values people who stay calm where reality breaks down. Ah, of course, music reference. Uh, from Gwen Stephanie, because that's surely chill in face of cosmic madness. So now, when we go to the lyrics of this song, Gwen Stephanie is, by the way, a singer in band, no doubt. On yes, so lyrics excerpt. It's hard to remember how it felt before. I found the love mode. Also, things get more comfortable. Everything is going right. So the meaning of the song is that who captures the essence of amicable post-breakup relations. When Stephanie reminisces about a past love, expressing contentment and peace with how both had moved on, highlighting maturity and acceptance. So yeah, uh, you see also that the Doctor sometimes breaks up relationship with the families in some, and there's also a reason in every relationship. that the break is there. Um, and yeah, the echoes in time. That's what this live stream is called. You see the influence of the companions in the Doctor's life and Doctor's incarnations, and companions then stay for a time, amount of time with the Doctor, and yeah, there's influence to the Doctor, but also Doctor influences the companions. That's why I like this Doctor Who. I like the dynamics of the Doctor and the companions. And some relationships with companions are more strong than and more influence than others. And some combinations are very very good, very humorous, and also are some more complicated. So that's why I love the Doctor Who, the dynamics between the Doctor and the companions, and influence and link to each other. And you see that in future and past, you see there's some influence. Um, and even when they don't see each other anymore, uh, there's some influence. And yeah, the Doctor goes on with his own life, and the companion goes on with his own life. But they are still keeping each other in each other's hearts. And they moved on. Okay, we go to Rose Noble. A new voice, a new generation. So this is Donna's daughter, trans, bold, and bright-eyed. Her strength helps trigger Donna's memory return. And yeah, we see that in the special. But that is for another live stream. Um, the stories of the Doctor, Fourteenth Doctor. See that in the playlist, the 14th Doctor. Yeah. So she doesn't travel with the Doctor, but she is changed by him nonetheless. Her personality is that she's empathetic, expressive, and tech-savvy. And she is confident in identity with a spark of rebellion. When we do a character analysis of Rose Noble, is that Rose represents legacy and growth. She never met the Doctor's past incarnations, but she carries his influence. And she is the echo, proof that the Doctor's story reverberates beyond his own awareness. Yes, I have music reference. The song I Am Not a Robot by Marina and the Diamonds, because Rose is all about embracing the truth, even when the universe doesn't get it. Now, the lyrics of this song, I'm Not a Robot, Marina and Diamonds, is an excerpt. You've been acting awful low lately. Smoking a lot of cigarettes lately, but inside you're just a little baby. Oh, it's okay to say. So, meaning of this song is that this song is a powerful anthem about vulnerability and emotional honesty. Marina addresses the tendency many people have to build emotional walls and act, though, to protect themselves from hurt. The lyrics gently challenge that armor, reminding us that it's okay to feel, to cry, to be unsure, in short, to be human. So the phrase "I'm not a robot" is a declaration of humanity, rejecting false detachment and embracing emotional authenticity. It's reminded that strength isn't about being invulnerable. It's about allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all. So the key themes are emotional openness, self-acceptance, letting go of perfectionism, and embracing your true self. So the song encourages listeners to stop pretending, stop hiding, and just be real, because no one is truly a robot, even they try to act like one. So it's very important to know this. All these things I say about this song. Um, yes, I must break the hiding of our That's deep psychology, by the way. Yeah, it's very human to protect yourself from hurt and build a wall around you, around yourself. It's interesting to work on yourself, and you have need people also, people around you to help you with that. But it is very human to build wall around yourself, because you don't want to get hurt. And we see that also in some stories from the universe. Doctor sometimes build a wall because he wants to go on with things, and then he doesn't have the time. It's paradox. He doesn't have the time to stay by the hurt he has. So sometimes he uses humor, but also action to go on. But sometimes he's confronted with his hurt. He's confronted with his hurt through companions, to situations, to also to villains who confront him or conflict with him. Um, but yeah, we can learn also from some from this song. And in the end, you all want you are even the doctor is confronted with his hurt, and most of the time it's by pain he realizes that he has hurt. And the things he said, the pain says, what the pain does, and yeah, that's then why they also one of the things I like Doctor Who so much is because of this aspect that the doctor sometimes you see the doctor also is every time he is in action now and sometimes you see him struggle with his feelings with his past uh, yeah well, and how he deals with that is always interesting. I'm always curious how he deals with that, and that's the reason I watch Doctor Who, because I'm always curious about how he solves this, how he yeah breaks the walls behind him and go further. So yeah, very important, and that's also one of the things. That's all the difference between the 10th and the 14th Doctor. 14th Doctor is more um, emotional in that thing. Okay, for now, or some that's some deep psychological thing. Now we have answered the first question, and the first question was who truly remembers the Doctor? And we see that answer questions most in Donna Noble, because she gets her memory back. And actually she never had forgotten the doctor, because deep in her she was also carrying some part of doctor in herself. And okay, so and also who truly remembers the doctor is Wilfred Mott. Wilfred Mott was still the loving dad, grandfather, who still believes in the doctor more than the doctor himself. So he truly remembers the doctor. It was always in his heart, even when he was a long time gone. So he also truly remembers the doctor, and then also the unit. Since actually is the doctor the employee in the of the unit in that context. So that was the first question. The second question: what happens when a past refuses to stay buried? Now, these specials are haunted not by ghosts but by memories. And the second thing is that the doctor chooses to return for to familiar faces, not to repeat, but to resolve. Because there were some things still, yeah, a little bit sad, but there were still some problems, and that was to be solved. So the doctor chooses to return to familiar faces, not to repeat, but to resolve. He doesn't just want to save the universe, he wants to make peace with the parts of himself he had to leave behind in the 10th Doctor. A music reference for this is that is Burning of the Hill from Kate Bush. We see that some lyrics excerpt of this song. This says, "Who are you? Who? I really want to know. Who are you? Who? So, meaning. Released in 1978, this track captures a moment of self-reflection and identity crisis, inspired by an incident where Pete Townsend was found in a drunken state and questioned his life's direction. The song explores themes of existential angst and a quest for personal meaning. So that is also the thing with this whole 14th Doctor era. The 14th Doctor is asking himself, who am I? Because he's confused. He had an earlier incarnation 10th Doctor, but it seems like he's back again. And now he's asking himself, who am I? Some self-reflection, some identity crisis. It's also one thing. When he faces his companions from the past, who am I still? So there's also a thing that echoes in time. Those who stood beside him once more actually does, yeah, the influence of that, the result of that. So um, so what happens when the past refuses to stay buried? You get some identity crisis. That's the answer. You get some what do you call that? You need self-reflection. To actually deal with the thing. So when the 14th Doctor meets the companions, he's actually he realizes must do something. Self-reflection. Doctor says to himself, is realizing I'm in an identity crisis and I need my past companions to get myself back, to find myself back. So that's the role of companions in this specials of the 14th Doctor. So the answer to the question, what happens when the past refuses to stay buried? I'll repeat it. Identity crisis. Already some tools to get out of it. Third question, the third last question, is that what these companions reveal about the 14th Doctor. Now, I've already said it, he's more emotionally transparent than before. And that's, yeah, is really needed because he is in that identity crisis, confused. So he needs those companions. And he's more emotional transparent than before. Yeah. The second thing is that he seeks connection over adventure. The 10th Doctor was adventure type, now he seeks more connection. A third thing is that he's questioning his legacy and he finds his answers in people, not victories. It's a big difference. So that is again a tool to get out of the identity crisis. That he finds his answers in people, in his companions in this case, in his echoes who stood beside him. And again, once more, so Donna, Wilf, Shirley, and Rose reflect his past regrets, his hopes for change, and his fear of forgetting who he is. A music reference is Who Are You from The Who. The Who, that song, diving into the lyrics, song observed is that who are you? I really want to know. Who are you? Who are you? Oh, I made a big mistake. Actually, the previous song. Okay. Um, okay, and we'll repeat this one. The wood is this. This is also a self-reflection, identity crisis. But the previous song was about running up that hill and dealing with God. Kate Bush is that if I only could, I'd make a deal with God and I'd get him to swap our places. We're running up that route. We're running up that hill. We're running up that building. If I only could. So, and Kate Bush's 1985 it delves into the complexity of human relationships, particularly the misunderstandings between men and women. The song expresses a desire to swap places with a partner to truly understand each other's perspectives and emotions. The deal with God is symbolizes a longing for empathy and deeper connection. So I had the two songs mixed. Okay. But the whole context is the same. You see sometimes the complexities of the doctor and the companion relationship, and sometimes you see the misunderstandings, and you see sometimes they want to they have a desire to swap places with each other, the doctor and the companion, to understand each other, perspectives and emotions. We see that more and more and more stories of Doctor Who in the universe, actually. And as you also can see, the Kate Bush song, The Deal with God, symbolizes a longing for empathy and deeper connection. And that's, you see that on the hill, and in many examples, you can see that the longing for empathy with the doctor and also the pain and the desire for deeper connection. And the doctor is not always expressing himself. So he most of the time companion thinks of the Doctor as a mysterious, uh, um, uh, yeah, person. Sometimes he has a reason for that to be mysterious and not to reveal deeper feelings or deeper things of his past. Uh, yeah, but sometimes it is needed. The Doctor needs to reveal some things of himself because of the reason behind it is that he wants to have a deeper connection with his companion, and sometimes it is needed because if he doesn't do that, then there is no possibility of living or working together. Uh, yeah, with his companion. And for the greater purpose, it's necessary to reveal himself, to reveal his past, to reveal his inner feelings, in order to solve some things in the universe in these situations. So you can say this about a Doctor is that he only if only if needed he reveals himself. He reveals his emotions in his deeper feelings in his past. Only for the greater purpose he does that. But it's also only necessary. But in most of the incarnations are not willing to reveal themselves. But the interesting thing with the 14th Doctor is that he more than other incarnations, he is willing to open himself more. But we know that reason already because that's because of the fact he's an identity crisis and he is doing some self-reflection and he needs his in this case past companions to help him out of all this mess to go on further with his adventures. So the companions in these questions are very important. Okay. Another thing. These are the three questions. The three questions we discussed were who truly remains the Doctor? What happens when a past refuses to stay buried? And the third question we answered is that what do these companions reveal about the 14th Doctor himself? So, yeah, let's discuss that perfectly. Conclusion. All things discussed. Three things. One. The companions of the 14th Doctor aren't just support characters, they are his mirrors. Second thing is that Echoes in Time isn't about nostalgia, it's about evolution. And the third and last thing is that, and sometimes to move forward, the Doctor has to remember who stood beside him. So, final music, the vibe, the song Heroes from David Bowie. And the lyrics excerpt is that I will be king, and you will be queen. So nothing will drive them away. We can be heroes just for one day. So the meaning is Heroes tells the story of two lovers divided by the burning wall, yearning for unity amidst political turmoil. The song symbolizes hope, resilience, and human spirit's capacity to overcome adversity, even if only temporarily. And so, that's it for this nice theme. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite 14th Doctor moment below. for now. Have a great day. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Have a nice weekend. Happy Easter. Have a nice vacation. Bye bye.